All right, let's take a look at the typical pro bag. This is the 2024 update. I did this video, I don't know, about a year ago or so, and wanted to give it a refresh. So, a couple things starting out. It's generally agreed upon amongst the top players that any disc that can have an accurate attribute should have the accurate attribute, and it's available on 11 speed and under. So one of the things you'll notice in just about every pro bag is 11 speed and under is going to have the accurate attribute. Uh, I won't get into this video on what it does, but check the link in the description if you want to explore what that does for you. There's a lot of new discs that have been introduced in the game since I did this video last. And you can play with any disc you want, and you can get good with any disc you want. What I'm showing here is what most of the top players have decided are the discs that they want to bag. So take that for what it is and build your bag to suit your play style. All right, let's start with the putters. You'll usually see a glide and a sticky, accurate, of course. And with the introduction of the windbreak on a putter, which used to not be allowed, but that was introduced last season, you'll see the accurate windbreak hope in a lot of bags. The accurate sticky harp, I love that disc. Even if the putter slots were unrestricted, I would probably keep that one putter. It's very overstable. It's great for working around objects for longer throw-ins. I mean, you can always do rotate the world, but if it's beyond your putting comfort zone and you need to throw in something around the object, that accurate sticky harp is money. So that's a great disc to have in the bag. Try it out if you haven't. Mid-range. These are for throw-ins, ace runs on shorter holes, and the accurate windbreak fuse, still king. Good for about 220 up to about 220 feet. Sorry, I don't know the meters. The Claymore also, you'll see a lot of Claymores. The Accurate Glide Warship, you'll see in a lot of bags, good for about 300 feet or so. Good for ace runs, approach shots. Very good on like the Square Island hole, Lakeside. That thing is money on that hole. And then we get to the fairway. The 7-speed, not everybody bags a 7-speed. I don't. I just power down a musket, but it's a very popular option in the fairway slot. And you'll usually see either an Explorer or a River, usually either accurate roll or accurate glide. Sometimes accurate windbreak, probably. The glide gives you the longest distance. The windbreak, of course, helps you fight some tough winds. And the roll, gives you that quick stop upon landing. So kind of play with them, see what you like, but you will see that in a lot of bags. And then up from that is the muskets and the sapphires, and you'll see all kinds of different combinations, but the accurate roll musket is still really popular. It's a great disc, good for a lot of ace runs, a lot of approach shots, up to about 330, 350 foot range in that zone. And then you get the Sapphire. Accurate Extra Glide Sapphire is probably the best disc that's been introduced into the game since I started about 3.5 years ago. If you don't have one, you need to get one. It's so good. I did a separate video on it. I'll put a link in the description. It is money on a lot of holes. You'll also see within the Sapphire line, you'll see some skip, you'll see roll, you might even see some windbreaks, but you're probably more than often see an accurate skip or an accurate roll Sapphire if they're going to bag a separate Sapphire disc. And then get to the water skip disc. This is new, of course, relatively new, I guess, coming up on a year now. And the most preferred combination on the attributes is a glide water skip. Um, the Rive is the most popular, but Gould is right behind. I like the Gould myself. That's what I bag. But both of them are good and necessary, really, in today's game. There's probably about 8 or 9 holes. I'll put them on the screen here. That if you don't have a water skip bomber in the bag, you're probably going to lose. You're likely going to lose a stroke to the field. So that's really a must bag nowadays. And then we get into the sort of big three, big four, maybe even big five now, and the big five bombers. We'll start with the Glide Roll Rive. It's great for rolling, obviously. If you don't know how to roll a disc, I would really recommend you learn. It's a very valuable tool to have in the bag. It's also a great long distance lawn dart. And so, yeah, you go a long way in a quick stop, which is very useful in a lot of approach shots, some tee shots. Light Glide Rive. Um, this is when you need just the most air you can get, like jumping the wall on Coyote Canyon 2, going over a big body of water when you either don't have your water skip in the bag or you just don't trust the water skip. The water skip's not 100%. So there is some risk there. So if you just want to be sure, Light Glide Rive, maximum air time, air distance. You'll also see nowadays an occasional Light Glide Captain or a Zeus. Both of those are good options. And then the Turn Glide Rive. This is when you want a lot of air and a straight shot, like a tunnel shot. I think of this disc anytime I see a tunnel shot, particularly on a forehand. It's a very straight and long air shot. The Gould also is kind of popular nowadays in the Turn Glide. You may see some of that around. And then kind of new in a lot more bags is the Glide Skip that's got some built-in turn. And in my case, that's the Captain. In most cases, that's the Captain. This is, used to be some players would bag a turn skip Rive, which you'll still see in some bags. But nowadays, more than not, you'll see the Glide Skip Captain. You may see also Paradigms are very popular. And the Glide Skip Rive, of course, the ultimate bomber when you've got a wide stretch of land and you just want to go as far as you can. That's your disc. Some of the popular options currently include the Zeus and the Gould. So, okay, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I would appreciate it if you would do that. And hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. We'll see you around the valley.